Okay, I just wanted to say a few minutes on the Parsha. I wanted to start off with a Maisa. So brought down this story about Eliyahu Hanavi, that there were once three people here, Shemayim, and each one had a different teva. But one person was an Asher Gadol Ma'id, and he had everything that he could want in the physical world. And there was another person who was a big lamdan in the Chacham Gadol, and he learned Yom V'Layla. And he also he did very well parnasa-wise. And then there was a third person who was a tremendous Oved Hashem, but he had a wife who would curse him out all day long. The Asher lost all his money, and so he decided, since he has no money, so Mshana Makom Mshana Mazel, so he decided he's going to go out to go around to the towns and to try to collect money, and so like this he'll be able to bring back something for the house. And the second guy, who was big Chacham and Talmud Chacham and everything else, so he lost all his money, and he decided that he needs to go running around to Shafgel. There was a third person, so they were very happy to meet each other. They met, and they were happy to meet each other, and they met. And then there was a third guy who came. He said, "Yeah, I have some money, but I can't live at home. My wife drives me up the wall. She curses me all day long. I can't live like that." So all three went out. They went out for years. They went out collecting. Nothing worked out. The clothing were ripped, and the shoes were ripped, and they had nothing. They couldn't eat. They couldn't sleep. They had mamish nothing. They turned to Rabbanu Shlomo and said, "Rabbanu Shlomo, we give up. We need your help. Send us help." And I see an old man coming. It sounds like a very typical story. They say he was Eliyahu Hanavi, and he turns to each one and he says, "I can help you." So the one who was an Osher Gadol, he said, "I'm going to give you a coin, and you're going to take this coin and you're going to put it in a box. And every time you open the cover of the box, it's going to be filled with gold and silver and diamonds and everything else. You'll never need anything but bitnai. That any time an ani comes, you have to mechaber him and feed him, and you also have to build a shul, and in that shul you have to hire asara batlanim, that there should be a minyan all the time. And if you do these things, then the rest of your life will be good." The Talmud Chacham, the way he lived until this point, was his father left him a Yerusha of many Sfarim, and every day he would sell a sefer, and then he had the money, and then he got poor because he ran out of Sfarim. There was nothing left to sell, so he had to go around collecting. So Eliyahu gave him a sefer, and he said, "Take this sefer and put this in your Eitzer, and every day more Sfarim will come. And you'll sell the Sfarim, and then you'll have money." But he said, "Al tonight, that you have to be mechabed aniyim, and you have to always give them to eat." And then he went to the third one, and he said, "I'm going to give you a coin. He said, take this coin and hang it in your house, and you see that every klala that your wife gives to you, she'll not stop cursing you, and she'll give you a bracha. You don't have to, she'll mamish change overnight." So the first one, so they all went home happy. Now life is going to be good. And so the first one, who was the Ashir, so he was mechabed aniyim gevaldig, and he did everything that he's supposed to do. But the shul, he said, "There's so many shuls already. What do I have to make another shul for? And it's not necessary. And why bother?" So he didn't make the shul, and he didn't hire asara batlana, but it was very stark mechabed aniyim. And then by he was once, there was a lot of aniyim, they would all come to his door and all push against each other, who could get to him first, who could get more money. There was one time a business guy came to him for something, and the business guy tells him, he says, "Look, listen, you're a Asher Gadol, and the aniyim are not mechabed you properly, they're all pushing, and it's not a proper way for you. Give it to somebody else. Hire a gabbai tzedakah, pass the initiative to give out money to the aniyim, hire somebody else to do it for you." So he gave the job over to his wife, and after a short while, the wife said, "I can't do this anymore, it's too hard for me." So the Ashir, he decided he's hiring security guards. No more aniyim could come to his house. So he wasn't keeping any of the tanoim that he was supposed to. Came the next one. so who had the sefer, and he wasn't really that interested anymore. Once he got money, so he already wanted to live the good life. So he kept on getting the Sfarim and selling them, but to give away to the Aniyim didn't really interest him. And so he stopped giving to the Aniyim also, and he lived his good life, but he stopped doing the Tanai that he was given. The third one who got the coin, so he had it hanging in his house, and he also had the tzavot to be mechaber Aniyim and to give them whatever he's supposed to give them, but he kept what he was supposed to be doing. One day, Eliyahu Hanavi comes back, and so he goes to the usher, and he says, "So tell me, you're doing everything that I told you to do?" So he says, "Well, the shul we didn't really need, and the Asar Batlanim we also didn't need because once there's no shul, and the Aniyah was just much too difficult to give them every day. They came harassing me and everything else. But Maisa, I can't do it." So Eliyahu Hanavi told him, "You know what, Ibazai, give me back the coin that I gave you." So he had less brera, he gave him back the coin. Went to the second guy, and then obviously he became unimmarred again. He had an opportunity that he squandered it. Came the next one, he went back with the Svarim, and he said, "What happened to you?" He said, "I didn't give the tzedakah, he was already parakoil, he wasn't keeping any mitzvahs anymore, he had money, plus his husband." And he said, "I was like, give me back the sefer." So he took the coin and the sefer, he went to the third one, and he said, "Listen, the other two people who I gave it to, they had opportunities, they didn't do it, so therefore you did what you were supposed to do, so I'm giving you the coin and Yenes sefer, so you'll have all the ashiras of the other two," and he lived a good life, and the others lost it. Al zeh ama hakosov, ki seitzei lamulchama aloivecha. Right? Rabbeinu Shalom is giving us opportunities. Who's the Milchama Aleivecha Aivecha Avada is, of course, the Yetzer Hara. Everybody is given choices every single day. Letav or Lara, everybody has a choice, and we make our choices. And then it says, how does the pasuk continue? Unesanoi, right? It says, Kisei Salam Milchama Aleivecha Unesanoi Hashem Aleikecha Biyadecha V'Rishabisa Shivya. The word Unesanoi, you could spell it frontwards and backwards, it's the exact same Isius, showing you that Bchira, to pick Toiv or to pick Ra, is equal Unisanai. If you spell it backwards, it's Unisanai. You spell it frontwards, Unisanai. Because it's showing you that Kisei Selam Uchama Aleivecha, meaning the Yetzer Hara, you have 100% the choice to pick either way. And we know we learned. I said this over before, but I'm going to say it again because the whole is Mamisha Emes La'amita. We know there are certain parts in the Bria which we cannot understand. We have no musig in it. Like we talk about Keser, Ein Soif, Atzilus. We have no musig in any of these things. We have no understanding whatsoever because Rabbeinu Shalom didn't put in our brain that ability to understand these things. Rabbeinu Shalom created a world. Bereshis bara. Which Olam was bara? It was Olam HaBria. What came before that? Olam HaAtzilus. Meruma's Bereshis starts with a base, Atzilus starts with an aleph, right? But since Kol Manda Ovid Rachmana is Latav Ovid, and you know that you learned many times that in Olam HaAtzilus, in the Hayai Lamas, there's only Toiv, there is no Ra. And since there is no balance, there's only Toiv, therefore we cannot be Masagit. It's not my vart, I saw it in the Sefer Shefatal. But it's, if you think about it, that we are created only that we should have a Toiv and a Ra. If we don't have a Toiv and a Ra, it's built in Musik from us. We cannot understand anything that is not Toiv and Ra. It has to be both. And if you go through all the Parshias in Dvarim, especially these Shevad and Echemta, every single Pasha starts off similarly. Last week's Pasha, I should say 2 weeks ago, was Re'ei Anochi Noisen Lufneichem Hayayim, Rachel Klala, right? Shoiftim v'shoiftim titin l'cha b'chol sha'arecha is pshat. Of course, it means the police, right? But it really means in yourself. You have to put a shoiftim v'shoiftim in the pneumius to protect you from the Yetzer Hara that you shouldn't be doing any averis. And if you go through every single one of the parshas of the Shiva to the Chemta, it all work out that way. I'm just mentioning these because these are the ones right now. Also, we know that before the Shiva de Nechemta was the Gimel de Peranius. Why was the Gimel de Peranius before the Shiva de Nechemta? Because the Gimel Peranius, that's talking about the Kesach Chachma Bina. Kesach Chachma Bina is built in Musug, it's all in Meichin, it's all Behelem, Hester Panim. So Hester Panim is Peraniusa. And Gili Panim is already the Shiva de Nechemta, and that's how the whole Sefer Dvarim works, up until we come to Yom Hadin, which is Rosh Hashanah, which Mr. Shem will all come out on the good side. And if you just look a little bit further in the parasha, you see by Shiluach HaKan, the mitzvah of Shiluach HaKan is Va'arachta Yomim. That doesn't mean, it does mean also physical life, right? But of course it means La'olam Haba. And Shiluach HaKan, without going into all the details, if you look in the Arizal, pages and pages and pages on the mitzvah of, with the easiest mitzvah it's called, right? Is Shiluach HaKan, but it's the Bina, which is called the Aim, Revetzes al Habanim, which is called the Shiva Tachtainim, showing you that the Kutshabrichu is always watching over us, just like the mother bird watches over all the baby birds. You see that also there, again, why is he watching over us? Since he gave us a bchira, we are called milachim, like we saw, right? What's a melech? A melech is mayach leiv kaved, right? That's the Rashi Tevis of melech. We are our own milachim. So therefore, since we're our own milachim, we think we know what we're doing. So therefore, the Rebbeinu Shalom has to watch over us. You see also, vasisa Micah legagecha, right? Micah is milash. First of all, Micah is gematria rayu, which is Gvura. And Gagecha, is Gematria Chavav, which is Shem Havai. So Vasisa, Michael, Gagecha, that you have to make a Shmira, the din has to watch you, so to speak, that you should be keeping that Gagecha. Gagecha is obviously Lamaila, Shem Chavav, Shem Havai is Lamaila, and Micah is Miloshan Oimek. So in order to stay out of the Oimek, which is called Gehenim is called all the way down to the Oimek, that we should be Maila ourselves, that we should go up Legagecha. So I just wanted to say that over. It's not really a Kabbalic Shmuz, it's more a Hasidic Shmuz, but in that you'll have to forgive me. And that, Agud Shabbos.